This is Paul with Two Birds, One Stone Backyard Garden Living. Today we're going to be talking about the only thing in life that matters, blueberries. Although this is a raspberry boli. Blueberries are more important. Fight me. I thought you didn't like blueberries.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I never said I didn't. I said they're good, but not that good. I can't get enough of them.
That one's green.
Who cares?
Qué bonito se ve.
As you can see, my life's a little bit reckless right now. I haven't been focusing on what's important, the blueberry plant. Look at the weeds. Stick with me and let's spruce up the blueberry plants. It's July 10th here on the Olympic Peninsula, Zone 8B. We're gonna harvest a bit, we're gonna weed, we're gonna take some mature blueberry plants and transplant them in summer, something that's just unheard of. Not the best, not the ideal time, but I think the method that I'm going to use is hopefully going to make the transition as easy as possible for these big mature blueberry plants. All right, these are baby blues. I'm picking right now because as I weed, I think a lot of dust and debris is going to be coming up on these. I might as well get the nice ripe and ready ones, huh? I made a mistake on this plant. It's beautiful, it's performing well, it's gonna live and everything, but I pruned it too open center. And so the weight of the berries is bringing the branches down. Here, help me out. I was just telling the camera how the only thing in life that matters is blueberry plants. Do you agree with that, Emmy?
No.
What's the most important thing in life? Worms. That's the most important thing? Early blue 8, baby blue.
7.
Oh, you like the early blue better?
Because that.
They're bigger. They're bigger too. Nice big berries on these though. What else we got? We got some over here. Oh, I mean, these are the pink lemonade. Not quite ripe. You want to try one? Not quite ripe.
I like the not ripe ones.
Those are good. That is ripe. What do you think? No good. Too sweet?
Too sweet.
Ooh, there's bees everywhere. Are you trying to trick me in some sort of way?
Yes.
It's not a ripe blueberry. Time to get rid of the morning glory. It is pretty, but it's encroaching on my blueberries. Look at those plants, just surrounded by morning glories, weeds. It's gonna be an ongoing battle with me, you know. Doing this right now, it's gonna look a lot better in a minute, but it's not a permanent solution. You gotta keep weeding. Or, you know, if you just can't, then you could use a landscape fabric, which I'm definitely considering. I mean, what's the most important thing in life? I gotta teach him better.
Yellow, 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 my yellow crayon. 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 Well, if you want to use my yellow crayon, go ahead and use my yellow crayon. If you want to write, if you want to draw, go ahead and use my yellow crayon. I put on my table my yellow crayon so sister and brother and daddy and mom can see on my table my yellow crayon, and you can all use my yellow crayon.
I'm kind of afraid right in there with the bees coming out. I got stung on the hand, swelled up pretty good the other day. They're a little bit more aggressive because they're in a dearth. The blackberry flow just stopped. There's no more nectar on the blackberry flowers, so they're all like a little more defensive around their home. So let's see, I'll do it. Let's see if I get done. Got my hood and shell gloves. Ah!
Now when you buy me some more crayons, get me a whole lot of yellow crayons. Everybody uses my yellow crayon, and I'll need plenty of yellow crayons.
They're tasting a little bit. But like I said, the only thing in life that matters are blueberries. So you gotta risk yourself sometimes and really get in there. Honeybees, you know, blueberries could probably do without honeybees. The native pollinators pollinate them better, but they help. I just gotta stay alive for the blueberries though.
A crayon, 'cause I wouldn't have me no yellow crayon. Just ask me to bring you my yellow crayon, and I'll ask you my yellow crayon. You say to me your yellow crayon, and I'll tell you here's my yellow crayon. You can write letters with my yellow crayon, pictures and numbers in yellow crayon. It's my yellow crayon, and I want you to use my yellow crayon. Now when I'm at home,
This is Bronca. She always escapes. She's the smallest chicken, but lays the biggest eggs. White leghorn. Beautiful chicken. Isn't that right, Bronca?
you have used my yellow crayon. You wore it down little, my yellow crayon. You wore it so.
They're gonna have a little bit more shade than the other ones. So they're gonna get quite a bit. I would still consider it a full day sun, but not quite as good as everything else. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get blueberries in. 14 total, and then I'm dreaming of 14, 15, 16 total, I think. So I still gotta get 2 blueberry plants. Don't tell my wife. Yeah. So we're gonna pull. Fast acting sulfur. Not fast enough for this year, but I'm gonna sheet my, you'll see what I do. I'm getting away with using sulfur now instead of having my bed prepared for a year previous. So not the ideal way to do it, but definitely a good way to plant blueberries. If you're in an area where blueberries don't need that much of an adjustment. Here I think my pH is probably around 6 something. All right, we're gonna sheet mulch and we're gonna use some sulfur. Oh yeah, baby. I have to suffer through this raspberry bolly instead of having a blueberry bolly. Okay, ya voy para allá. This is amazing. Now I'm gonna water the sulfur in. This is bare ground. The blueberry roots aren't even gonna touch this sulfur until hopefully next year. I'm gonna amend the soil with peat moss, a little bit of perlite, and wood shavings. So here we go. Keep watching. Two birds, one stone, backyard garden living. You know what happens when you get a full-time job and it happens to coincide with, I'm a wildland firefighter, and in the summer is is gardening time. This is my passion, but what has happened is I have to lower my standards. And you see there's tape on there. Plastic is everywhere in this world, and I will try to remove some of that tape. But I can guarantee you it's not going to all come off. I have found that I've been able to, as I'm reading and digging through it later, I'm able to get most of the plastic up and it just comes right off. But inevitably there's going to be some plastic here, at least for a while. Peat moss, 100% sphagnum peat moss. It's definitely the way to go for blueberries. At a minimum, have peat moss when you plant blueberries. It will help with the organic material and the pH. So peat moss is your perfect medium. Unfortunately, there's a environmental concern about it with it, but that was perlite. I just happen to have big bags of it. Great for drainage, great for blueberries. Not necessary, kind of an expensive component. It's good for potted plants for drainage. But it's a neutral substance, so it doesn't hurt the blueberries. Water. Blueberries need water. They need water. Water, water, water. Water. These are mixed. Actually, I believe it's actually alder and cedar. You might have red flag with cedar, but the research I've done shows that cedar actually has western red cedar has no negative effect on plant growth. Kind of a garden myth. Maybe the eastern one does. But anyway, alder and cedar, and I'm getting this mulch ready. I need some fillers here. I need this area to stay moist because these are some big plants that are going to be stressed out. So mulch, I mulch every blueberry, but these in particular I'm really going to make sure I have a good fresh layer of mulch to stay moist and cool on their delicate roots. Yeah. This is just more peat moss that I had the roots sitting in wet peat moss last night just to keep them moist. All right, you guys, here I have a worm bin. It's got some grain in it, some plums, but it's actually pretty well composted and lots of worm castings in there. But you know what happened? That heat wave. I should have put it in the basement. Because it just got too hot for these worms. So I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to use some of this soil. The pH in this is definitely going to be too high. It's going to be too basic. Compost is not the best for blueberries, but we'll fix that with some sulfur. I just want to bring a little bit of life to the soil around here, and we'll see what happens. I think it's worth it. This has good stuff going on in it. Some worm castings. Here I just got some extra soil that's mostly bark mulch. So I'll just add that. I'm in search of soil right now. Don't have quite enough peat moss. One more bag of peat moss would have done it. All right, final sulfur application just to balance out that. It's not going to be instant, but it's going to balance out that compost that I just put in, the worm casting. Not balance it out, it's going to tip it to the acidic side. What chips are? Oh, that's bees. I used to be terrified of bees. Still a little scared. These are going to require a lot of water over the next this summer to get them established. I'm going to do something horrible here in a minute. You guys are going to see something just awful. Just keep watching and you'll be disgusted. But it's the hard right. All right, I'm going to do this for a little while, so. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a lot of dead, the 3 Ds, the dead, damaged, and dying branches, which there's a lot of. These have been they haven't been really planted. They've just been hanging out in peat moss. They put a lot of berries on, not a lot of growth. I got to take the stress off them, unfortunately, and take most of these berries off. I'll leave a few. But in order to get them to root, and also to produce a little bit more foliage, I got to take some of these berries off. It's just not enough of a root system established in order to get these guys to production mode for me in the next few years. All right, you're about to see something sad. This is actually really fun. I'm gonna stop hurrying, and I'm just gonna look at it and do it. Got a few leaves there. Moving down to the blackberry or the blueberry patch. All done. Not completely weeded, but looks pretty good. Bees are asleep for the night. Windy. And let's look at the new plants. They're in there. They look pretty good. When harvesting blueberries can be dangerous. Pink lemonade. Pink lemonade. They're ready when they're pink. We're going in.